Hey guys, Lisa here, Divine Messages 333. And I want to let you know that I started this reading and then the video cut off. So I'm starting it again, but I'm leaving the cards out here. So what we have is release your ex, codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. This is the time has come to clear your energy. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. We also have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And then true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So what I was getting from these cards is that you may have been, possibly your family and the way you were brought up was either you were codependent or that was some, you were around a codependent relationship. Maybe your parents or a parent was in a relationship and it was a codependent situation. So this could have, if you have children yourself, this could have also affected, see, there's a kid here, so it could have also affected the, the children. So it could have just been this is the example that you saw growing up. And then, that followed you into your own relationships. When it comes to retreat and engagement, there are, two people here in each card, although one is dressed in white or lighter colors. And so this I'm getting is more like you want to disconnect from the world and maybe tap into your faith, communicating with, if you have guardian angels, that you talk with, communicate with, something like that, or your own divine energy. Engaging in that way and disconnecting to basically reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your own divine self or the divine in general, or both, your higher self. Now, you could be a masculine that I'm reading for, or you're a feminine in your masculine energy. Maybe you're kind of going at solo right now. You might even be a single parent. There's a female here with a child. You might be a single parent. Because I'm not really getting that there's someone coming right now, but this is in preparation, and what is coming is worth waiting for. That it will be a true love, and a love if you feel like you've been in love before, this will be a greater love than you've experienced. Sorry about the lighting, I don't know why it's doing that. So the codependency could have had something to do with religious factors, maybe a religious upbringing or a parent or your caregiver, whoever your caregiver was growing up, but some type of religious or spiritual, maybe, especially if you're maybe 40 and over, you may have had maybe like that traditional, example of a relationship where, the man is the head of the household, the woman, takes care of the kids type of thing. That could be affecting how you interact, how like even expectations that you've had of partners. So letting go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. You may have preconceived ideas of how things are supposed to go. And if you look here in this picture, this male here, the masculine, looks I keep hearing put off. So you may have some type of, or someone may have picked up on, like, this might be something that you are consciously working on or have worked on. You've maybe noticed that. You may have like seen how that didn't really work out for you or work for you. But what I'm kind of getting, like, in both of these pictures, the feminine, the female is alone. Even here, they're alone. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting is you may be working on yourself. You may have like worked on these things, or at least noticed them, and like started thinking about this. Excuse me, I don't know, my throat's doing that, but maybe someone or yourself is kind of having difficulty or has had difficulty in the past expressing this. Like what you truly want in a relationship, or what you want from a partner. In the romance department. Now, if this isn't romance for you, but you're still kind of resonating with it, it just apply to whatever type of love, whether it's friendship, or could even be like, business. But the partner that's coming, or someone I'm getting, has picked up on these expectations or these control issues, these outdated beliefs, however it applies to you, and they may have been put off by this. And so I'm really picking up that there is not really communication going on. You may have either received some type of communication, or you may have tried to communicate in the past. I'm seeing this as like she read this letter, or she read something here, and I'm hearing exhausting, relief, almost like something that's difficult to let go of, but once you do, it's a relief. Even if it's a difficult, like even if there's still emotions attached to it. Somebody might be coming back to like stay attached to you, and it may cause you to feel like overwhelmed, or like, I thought I let this go already, why is this returning? But that's what I'm getting from these cards. So let's move on to the Love Oracle cards. So when it comes to the codependency, what can you tell us about the codependency? So what can you tell us about the codependency? The butterfly relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Right. So your inner child. I do believe this has to do with like the way you were brought up. Or whatever, what example you've seen. Karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. Right. Again, that's just confirmation about like letting go of the ex, the codependency, the control issues, a lot of releasing here, and disconnecting, and then disconnecting from everyone and everything else, but connecting with your higher self. And then we have photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making memories. Okay, so this might even be your ex that's looking back at something and they are having a hard time releasing you. So you may be feeling like you have let go, but you may be feeling like even though you have let go and you want to let go, they haven't let you go. And this is why I'm seeing this as like this like overwhelming. I keep hearing despair. It might just feel like, when is this going to end? When is this chapter just going to, when is the door gonna just slam shut so I can, move on to the next phase? So someone is, it could even be a water sign, possibly a Leo that is thinking about you. And the butterfly. So I do feel like you have been working on yourself and you've transformed, whether it was the codependency, the control issues, you've been looking at yourself, you've been working on yourself. But you may have been the only one who's really put the energy into doing so, because the other one here doesn't want to let go yet. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, change mind, right? So someone does not want to let go, but you have worked on this and you have transformed. If people from your past, I'm hearing really connected with you. So maybe you're really not talking to anyone right now, but if people from your past that kind of knew you during this phase actually reconnected with you and like sat down, talked with you, like you caught up with somebody, just catching up or whatever, like what's new in your life and all of that, I feel like they would feel like you've really changed. And some people may say that in a way that it's kind of like a backhanded compliment. Like they don't really like that. They kind of like you like this. And that could just be another karmic relationship, whether it's a friendship, family, another ex or coworker, whatever. Karmic relationships are not just romantic relationships. And then I think that there will be people who will, I hear, be happy for you. Like, it's refreshing. Like, I'm hearing cheering you on. It makes me want to cry, but like happy, like a happy cry. And I'm looking down at these cards right now, these two hands, and they're like open like this, like releasing. Oh, Okay, I don't know. I just was playing around with the cards, but now on the bottom we have the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt and change and heal. There's a lot of the word change here. Again, we have wings, so 3. We have the all the angels with their wings, the dragonfly, the butterfly, even this heart has wings, and then the phoenix came out as well. So you may be feeling very free or light. These even are reminding me of wings. So I'm really picking up that someone else is having the difficult time letting go, and you are feeling that energy. And okay, I'm going to show you some other things I'm looking at right now. So I have these cards here. I'm feeling like something was very complex, and they were trying to bind you, trying to keep you stuck, almost like chaotic energy. So you may have been codependent because of this chaotic energy in this karmic relationship. You didn't know which way you were going, up, down, sideways, all over the place. Very complicated. I'm also seeing these cards here. So one's going one way and the other's going the other way. And I feel like this is how it was and this is how it needs to be. Like you just need to both move in your own direction, and it's not the same direction. And once that happens, you know, these kinds of things will kind of, I'm hearing unlock. So I'm trying to figure out how I can explain what I'm getting. Oh, unlock, like release. Okay. So once that chaotic energy, and this I'm also looking at, this makes me think of like distraction, but it also right now is looking like a sun and the rays beaming, and see they're all straight. Okay, here we have this going all different ways, and then they've all straightened out. And then you have like this, I'm seeing this as like the sun and the rays, and then like focus, and you can also like, there's like a door, like a portal, like you can open. I feel like once you can disconnect from this energy that is attached to you and doesn't want to detach from you, and you are now then both going in your own directions, it will be calling in. I'm being guided to pick these back up. You'll be calling in, and you'll be more in alignment with what you are wanting, I guess, when it comes to love. We have love yourself first and attraction. It's like what I'm talking about. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah, I'm getting it could be a water sign. You may be an earth sign, but I'm kind of getting that the at least someone here is a water sign or has a lot of water in their chart. I'm also hearing Aquarius. On the bottom we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Again, we have the expectations, okay? So even though you could be, working on some of those control issues, the codependency, things like that. Your inner child, healing your inner child, even though, you have transformed. I mean, we are human, so sometimes we can get triggered by things, and it can we can resort back a little bit to old thinking. And especially if you haven't like maybe dated in a while or something, or you've dated but didn't really feel like you were connecting with anyone on a deeper level, that old the old thinking might come back and trip you up a little bit, and you just got to remind yourself of where you were, where you want to be, and then focus again. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted right now. So that sounds really good. What I'm going to end with here is, actually, I wanted to just pull a few from this. So, love message oracle cards, okay? What does this collective need to keep in mind when it comes to this love situation? Okay. We have engagement again. Your love life is soon ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, I think that's the second or third message that's similar to this that we've gotten. Soulmate. Yes, this person is your soulmate. Your connection is sacred. So again, we had true love. It's another confirmation. Distance, the separation you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. Right, like I was saying, I don't feel like you're talking to someone right now. But now this could be, actually before I started this, a deck fell out of my hands as I was holding it. I had a bunch of decks in my hand, and this is the deck that fell out of my hands, and I was thinking of using it because that happened, but it didn't end up in this reading. But that what I'm trying to say is that the separation, it could be from someone that you have already met from your past, or it could be a past life soulmate or person from your past life. Redirect your thoughts. Interesting, because I was saying that these are going in all these crazy directions. So focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not on what you fear will happen. Interesting. That goes back to that codependency in your inner child. So it could even be that, like, really try to reflect on your upbringing. I'm really getting that strongly. Something about your upbringing, because you may feel like this is kind of how you grew up, and this is like what you fear. You don't want to go back to it. You don't want to experience what you've seen. And as I'm looking at the back, we have wishbone, number 30. Make a wish. You now have a hand in the outcome. Yes. Now you have a hand in the outcome. Before, I feel like it was just chaotic, and you were just like you felt like you didn't have control. Like you were just, it was happening to you, and you had your hands were tied. You see how that could even look like your hands are tied, or like in handcuffs? Okay. But focus on what you want, and you'll be able to create that unbreakable love. This person has a genuine love for you. You can overcome any issues that may arise. When you're in that chaotic energy, in a codependent mentality, you're in those grips, you don't feel like you have a way to overcome the issues. Like I said again, it's like it's happening to you. Open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. And I feel like this is less scary. I'll put it that way. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's easy for you, but it's less scary. It may still be intimidating, but I feel like it's not as, you're not as fearful. A different path. You are not on the same page with the person you have in mind. The directions you want to move into are different. So whoever you're thinking of may not be the person that this reading is about. And again, like I said, it could be someone from a past life that you just have not re-met in this life. Okay, so I want to close it out now with the Divine Oracle. I can't remember exactly what the name is. I had to actually release a lot of my boxes for my decks, which was a bummer, but it's too many. I'm hearing just open. Okay. Tune out distractions. Okay. Reflect on your truth. This is going along with what I was saying before. Engage higher reason. Maybe before. And then tune out distractions again. Okay. So maybe you were distracted in the past, and the reason you got together with people was based on your upbringing and the examples that you saw. And now, being less fearful, being more open and not being really scared that everything's going to be crazy and that you're going to have your hands tied, once you get into something. Now you can connect with people for a higher reason. You can connect with situations, with I keep hearing community. I kept hearing that throughout the reading, community, but wasn't sure how that was tying in. But I just needed to say that in case that makes sense to you. So I'll just one last time make a plan and change tracks. And then we also, what was that? That one was saying that well, we have to redirect your thoughts, but it was, what was that card when it was talking about? How you're, different paths. So we have redirect, different paths, change tracks. You are not on the same page with the person you have in mind. The directions you want to move into are different. I'm also getting, maybe you're married to somebody. I don't know why, like, I'm getting like handcuffed. Like when someone gets married and then it's not working out, you may feel like you're almost like locked in, handcuffed. What is that saying? Ball and chain. So maybe for some people during this reading, like even an ex-spouse or So when you're separated from, like in a marriage, has come to, I know as I say that, here is separation, okay? Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I don't know how that applies. It might just be that this is someone you're separated from. That's only going to apply to some people, I'm getting. But there's a lot of change. A lot of change. You've done a lot of change. There's someone who has not done that. So, some of these could have even been messages for them. Or what they're, kind of almost like peeking in, like a window, peeking into what they're dealing with a little bit. But, gosh, I'm looking down and I'm seeing this, and I'm hearing snake in the grass. So someone may have been a snake, and you may need to speak your truth. So tune out distractions, tune in with yourself, tune in with a higher, source, whatever you believe in. Something more meaningful, something more in alignment with you once you're feeling like you're in alignment with what you desire, with what you are, wanting to create for yourself. It is in the works. It is coming. But you both need to be in alignment with each other. And this is, like I was saying, this is kind of like that preparation when I was showing those other cards when it came. Let me see if I can find it again. Like these were, I feel like, more in preparation. So like you're preparing for what's to come. But something is coming, and it is going to be worth waiting for. And it's going to be something so great. It might even be hard for you to imagine that because of what, you've seen in your experience, in your life. But with the work you've put in, you definitely deserve it. This is your time. Just need to prepare and let a lot go so that you can create that space for the new. Today is December 29th, 2024, and right? Yeah, December 29th. So 2 more days. I have a special going on for what do you need to release, not before necessarily January 1st, but, for the new year. So that's $9.99. You can find all the details in the description box below. You can also, in that description box with the details, if you're not interested in the special for what you can release, this was just basically something about releasing. So there's other information there on the other kinds of readings that I do, prices, how to email me your questions, all that stuff. Again, I'm Lisa, Divine Messages 333 LLC, and I will see you next time. Enjoy your new year. Be safe. Be smart. Bye.